Hello and welcome. I'm Light, and this is my podcast. So, today my guest host is Rob. Hello, Rob.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're all well.
And we are celebrating the 31 days of Halloween. I hope you guys have liked it so far. Tonight we're going to be talking about, which I couldn't put in the title, our favorite killers in horror movies. And I'm excited because this is going to be a good one. And as a special bonus, Jory and Brian, Diabolical Witness, are going to be calling us from their live ghost hunt at the Casa Grande Domes. And that is a special treat. So, welcome to everybody. And a couple of things. I have my merchandise store live, not finished. I have it live, and Brian bought my first t-shirt. Thank you, Brian. And if you guys want to go check it out, the link is going to be put up when moderator Maya can do that. Next Wednesday, I'm also going to be having a podcast. So we're going to have 2 podcasts in 1 week. Wednesday will be with the other Light family member that you guys have not met, my oldest daughter, the scariest one. We're going to be talking about the most horrific serial killers you've never met. So, do you have anything to add, Rob?
I love the way you talk about it.
About Madison. She's scary.
That's nothing to do with me, by the way, Madison. I think you're really nice.
Oh, she is very nice. She is very nice. You just don't want to be on her bad side. I'm just saying. She is my hot and spicy child. So it is going to be fun. You guys are going to like it. She's very funny. She's a lot of fun. So are you enjoying the 31 Days of Halloween so far, Rob?
I think it's brilliant. A lot of work.
Yes.
And you're a crazy woman. But yes, it's brilliant.
Thank you. I have been enjoying it. It is a lot of work, but I think it's worth it. It's 3 months worth of content jammed into 1 month. And I really like doing the research and the stories, and I've been loving reading the excerpts from the old classic horror writers. That's been a lot of fun to go revisit those. And I hope that encourages people to go and pick up those books and read them so you can let your imagination go wild. That's what I love about reading. That's why I read to you. All right. Jay wants to know, is there going to be any action figures or lunch boxes? You know what, Jay? That's a good idea. An action figure of me and Rob saying, "Stop it! Stop it!"
Oh, no.
And Rob's snake. Should we make an action figure of Rob's snake?
I think that's a different podcast.
You're not living this down. Anyway, so are you guys ready to get started?
I certainly am.
Okay. Would you like to start, or can I go ahead and start?
Yeah, go scam.
All right. Let's talk about Freddy Krueger.
Ooh.
Yeah. My husband's longtime girlfriend. Her last name was Krueger. So this is triggering me. All right, here we go. Freddy was introduced in A Nightmare on Elm Street as a child killer who was eventually captured, but is let off due to a technicality. The search warrant wasn't signed in the right place. So he is hunted down by a mob of angry parents and cornered in a boiler room where he used to take his victims. The mob douses the building with gasoline and sets it on fire, and they burn Freddy alive. While his body dies, his spirit lives on. That's what's going to happen to me. In the dreams of a group of teenagers living in his old neighborhood, whom he preys on by entering their dreams and killing them. If he kills them in their dreams, they die in real life. In Dream Warriors, more of Freddy's backstory is revealed by the mysterious nun who repeatedly appears to Dr. Gordon. Freddy's mother, Amanda Krueger, was a nurse of the asylum, which is featured in the film. At the time she worked there, a largely abandoned, run-down wing of the asylum was used to lock up entire hordes of the most insane criminals all at once. And when Amanda was young, she was accidentally locked into the room with the criminals over a holiday weekend. That's not much of a holiday. They managed to keep her hidden for days and assaulted her. And when she was finally discovered, she was barely alive. And guess what? She was pregnant. Oh. She was pregnant with the future Freddy Krueger. I didn't realize that part. So he's just a sad boy. Freddy Krueger has a kill ratio of between, and this is what's weird, nobody can settle on an actual number. It's between 35 and 43 people in 8 films, which is just an average of 4.4 to 4.8 massacres per film. He's one of the least killingest killers that ever killed in a horror flick. How was that?
I never knew a lot of that backstory.
I didn't either.
I didn't realise. I don't remember the nun. I can't remember the nun at all. I can tell you what happened. And talking about murdering people, they actually, when they made that new one, they murdered the original. Well, they murdered the actual Nightmare on Elm Street when they made the new one because it was absolutely atrocious.
What's the guy's name who plays Freddy Krueger? I can't pull it out of my...
Robert Englund.
Yes. Didn't he get killed as himself? As the character who played Freddy Krueger, didn't he get killed in a movie? Or a TV show or something?
What, in real life? He's dead.
No, no. In a TV show or something. He was on as himself who plays Freddy Krueger, and then Freddy Krueger murdered him.
Oh, I don't know. I think that might have been. Hang on a minute, you're ringing a bell here. Could that have been the remake? Was he in the remake?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But he's played every Freddy Krueger in every movie, except one, I think.
Yeah, that's.
And he didn't play in the TV show, so maybe yeah.
Yeah, the new one they made, which is a few years old now. Mm-hmm. He didn't play Freddy Krueger in that. That's someone else.
Okay, then that might be the one.
Yeah, because the person looks absolutely nothing like Freddy Krueger or the Nightmare Man. But I think they were good for when they came out. What year? Did you mention the year that they came out?
I have no idea, but I think it was like 86, 85, something like that. Nightmare on Elm Street was the first horror movie I was allowed to watch. I remember I told you, everybody, I was raised super religiously. We were not allowed to watch movies. So somehow I managed to get the Nightmare on Elm Street on a VHS, watched it with somebody, and it scared the shit out of me. So
I think it changed. I think it changed horror movies. I think it sort of that was like a point you can look at them films and think, well, the horror movies seem to change after that.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree. I think, sorry, I allergies. My allergies are rough. Um, I think that Freddy Krueger, that movie completely changed horror movies, and let people use like more of their imagination, and giving the killer a backstory like that. I think it was, I think it was groundbreaking.
Mm.
That movie, Halloween, um, uh, what's the other one with Jason Voorhees? What's he? What? No, Halloween. Yeah, what's the one with? Why am
Friday the
I?
13th.
It's just Tracy. Those movies changed everything forever.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that that's when horror movies were their best.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's just me. The music, because the music was scary, right? You know,
Yeah.
and then this, I this. Oh shit, man! If I'm ever walking at night and I hear that, bye. All right, I lied. I will turn around and I will fight. No, I won't.
Okay.
I will run away. Um. So, Rob, who are you just gonna scare us with?
I want to go back to 1960.
Holy shit! Did they have
Probably
dirt?
the. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't born till the end of 1960.
All right, take us to 1960.
Probably the best horror film that's ever been made. Well, apart from one. Psycho.
Ooh,
Alfred
yeah.
Hitchcock.
Stopped
Oh,
women from showering for years.
yeah.
It was the 60s, though, so nobody noticed.
Yeah, the what's that?
So it was the 60s, though, so nobody noticed. They were all high.
Well, they didn't use blood. They used chocolate
Oh, that was a
sauce.
good idea.
So it looked black.
Right. So
Um,
what? So what's his backstory?
well, he was. Well, basically, it was based on an actual person, Ed Gaines, who had he liked making furniture out of body parts. Um, which
He was the basis for um, Chainsaw
Silence
Massacre and Silence of the Lambs. And
Silence of the
Ed
Lamb.
Gein, here is a piece of trivia. According to the people where I currently live, it is legend there that Ed Gein was kept in a mental institution in the city I live in. And supposedly, everybody knows somebody who worked there, and he was really like, they thought that he was just plain demon. He was a demon.
I think Psycho was really, really clever because it was the psychological edge that it had.
Mm-hmm.
When you didn't you thought that his mother was still alive and she
Mm-hmm.
was in the house and he was playing both parts. He
Mm-hmm.
was playing his mother and he was playing himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out at the end that his mother is just like a skeleton and he was dressing up in her clothes, and I think it was brilliant. And that's the music in that is really, really clever. But Alfred Hitchcock was really, really fucked up in his head, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, have you seen The Birds?
Yes, I have.
And what's the other one? Oh, I can't think the other one's called. But I mean, Psycho is a classic even today, especially like you said about the shower scene.
Yeah.
And every time I watch a horror film and I see someone in the shower, or the silhouette of someone that's having a shower, I always think of Psycho.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Brilliant, brilliant film. Have you
Yeah.
seen any? Did you watch any of the series, the Bates Motel?
No, I didn't. But my oldest daughter, Madison, she did. She liked it. Oh, you did Maya too? Can people hear you? Or oh, okay. I sound crazy. Thank you.
I don't know if I know this is people won't be able to hear me. So well, they won't get what I'm talking about here. But if Maya's actually seen the series, and if anyone in the chat has watched it, I found it really, really uncomfortable when he's with it, because obviously his mother's alive then,
Right.
because it's set sort of in the present, but it's they're very, very demonstrative between him and his mother, and it's made me feel really uncomfortable to see that sort of relation.
Oh yeah, Tasha Farmiga's sister is what's the older Farmiga girl? She's the woman who's in the Conjuring.
Yeah, yeah. Can't remember what her name is, but yeah, she's always kissing him and cuddling him, and he goes and sleeps with her and just sleeps in the bed with her. And obviously, this kid's about 17, 16, 17 years old, and it's just, one of those things that make your skin crawl. It's just, I don't like it.
Vera Farmiga, by the way.
Sorry?
Vera Farmiga is her name.
Yeah.
Well, Rob,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the house.
What, is it a real house?
It's a real
motel.
Well, no. I saw the motel too. I've seen the motel too. It's on the Universal Studios backlot.
Ah.
That's where they filmed it. So I've seen it several times. The Psycho House and the motel.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
I wish I lived in America.
We all do, Rob.
You do live in America.
Oh, we all wish you lived in America.
I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I agree. So, do you think that he was a sympathetic character, Rob?
Oh, that's an hard question. No. I know he's mentally ill, but I suppose he could be to some degree because, but no, I don't know. Have you seen any of the? They made a couple of not remakes, follow-on films. Psycho 2, when he got out, supposedly he got out of prison. He was let out, which is bizarre anyway, and he went back to the motel. And it's obviously it's not directed by Alfred Hitchcock because it's a lot later, the film, but they just ruin it. I don't know why they do that with films. It's just they do it to make money, obviously, but they just ruin the films. They just absolutely just ruin the films. But I think Psycho and The Exorcist are the two best horror films. I don't think anything comes close, in my opinion. It's all about opinions.
Right. I wasn't a fan of it.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I have no real reason. But I didn't really like it. I think it was because it was right there in the middle of the old-timey acting where the women would like put the back of their hand over their forehead and be like, "Ah!" And so the way that um, who's the female in that movie?
Oh, it's Fingy's daughter, mum. Jamie Lee Curtis's mum, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's going to bug
Uh,
me now.
yeah, what is her name? Something.
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Anyway, I just the acting to
Janet, is
me.
it Janet Leigh?
Janet Leigh, that's her name. Yes. Yeah, and then yeah, Tippi Hedren was in The Birds. I don't know. It just kind of pulled me out of it. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So the fact that the women who put their hand across their mouth and go whatever noise you make, is that not real? And doesn't that happen in real life?
Well, I mean, maybe, but she was supposed to. She was directed to be like that old timey, dramatic, you know. And I just, yeah, the damsel in distress. Good job, Maya. That type of actress thing. And I don't know. I'm sorry. I
I
suck.
mean, women don't do. I don't think women get a fair shake in horror films, really, do they?
Well, no, not
Not really.
usually. No, not usually. They
I mean, they're
usually
all
get the raw
pretty.
end of the deal.
I mean, it's all. It's like they've got a plan to go to. It's like if there's a black actor or a black actress in the film in a horror movie, 9
Hmm.
times out of 10 they get murdered first,
Right.
and
Yeah.
women are always sort of submissive, aren't they? And it's
Yes.
they
They need to be saved, and
yeah, it's about time they did something different, and maybe a
maybe we could have a female killer.
mm,
Hmm. I
I
mean,
actually I have actually got a female killer,
you do?
not living here, but
I was gonna be like, in your basement? What are you talking about? Stop it. Stop it.
yeah, it's my mum. We only let her out on Halloween.
Okay. Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
Michael Myers?
we must. Yeah.
All right. Here's a piece of trivia for you guys. I'm going to ask you, Rob. Who do you know whose face was the mold for Michael Myers'
Captain Kirk.
rubber? Huh?
Captain Kirk.
Yes. William Shatner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at it, you can totally tell that it was William Shatner.
You didn't think I would know that, did you?
I I didn't. I thought I was being smart, but I guess not. Just kind of dragged me down. All right. Well, yes, it was William Shatner. Okay. So, let's talk about Michael Myers. Now, this okay, so this one and my next one, if I can't see your actual face, ooh, I don't like it. So here we go. Michael Myers made his first appearance in the original 1978. Holy shit. 1978 film Halloween, although the masked character is only credited as the Shape in the first two films, which is interesting. In the beginning of Halloween, a 6-year-old Michael murders his teenage sister Judith, another sad, sad boy, on Halloween 1963. 15 years later, Michael escapes Smith's Grove Sanitarium and he returns to his hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois. He stalks teenage babysitter Laurie Strode on Halloween, while his psychiatrist, Dr. Sam Loomis, attempts to track him down. He murders her friends. Michael finally attacks Lori, but she manages to fend him off long enough for Loomis to save her. Loomis shoots Michael 6 times before Michael falls over the house's second-story balcony ledge. And when Loomis goes to check on Michael's body,
It's gone.
it's gone.
You stop doing that, silly town.
Are you scared?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Michael Myers kill count. You ready?
So it must be a lot.
Yeah. 111 victims.
You know.
12.3 per movie. He was a busy, busy boy.
Go on.
I credit Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees for giving me my fear of masks. And I have a terrible fear of masks. Horrible. I don't care if you're the Easter Bunny. I don't like it.
Well, if you saw the Easter Bunny with a Michael Myers mask on, that would be that is a horror film.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting movie. And it was a female? What? No. It'd be a box office hit.
Yeah. See, I could never. The problem with me is with the Halloween films.
Are we going to start on that list?
Friday. What are we talking about now?
He said the problem with me is. I wanted to know if we were going through the whole list. Oh.
It's going to be a long podcast.
It is. I know. Okay.
Do you not think that the Halloween films were all very much alike?
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
I could never. He was killing for no reason. I just thought he was just pointless.
Yeah. He was. There's nothing like redeeming. There's no redeeming quality about this guy. Like, he's just plain killer. And I don't understand. Like, why doesn't he talk? Why is he wearing this thing on his face? What is the deal? What does that have to do with him being 6 years old and being a killer? Why does he have to dress like he's going to work underneath somebody's car? Oh, there's a prequel? Maya says that there's a prequel to it that explains that. Did you know that there's a new Halloween coming out?
Yeah, with Jamie Lee Curtis looking about 700 years old.
Yeah, it's Jamie Lee Curtis is supposed to be dealing with PTSD. I wonder why. and so apparently, she's supposed to be like ass kicking in this movie rather than screaming. And that's another thing I hate about horror movies. Why do the girls just scream? My God, do something.
Why is it always that the clothes fall off?
I know, shit. I know. Yeah, they do. Well, it's because they're so afraid. They just boop.
Maybe if they didn't spend so much time taking the clothes off, they could get away.
They get the pants scared off of them, Maya said. Yeah. They always have to have that. They always have to have that one couple who goes off. You're like, see you later. Thought. Yeah. They always had to have that obligatory scene. And then there's one girl who's alone in her room, and she's standing in front of the window, as we all do when we get undressed.
Yeah.
Taking her shirt off, she's not wearing a bra, or if she is, it goes off, and you
She's
know.
got she just happens to have false boobs.
And the killer's outside the window, as they will be. And it's just, oh my God, can we come up with a different formula, people? Please.
Crazy.
When are we going to see a female killer with some? They never put some dude. Nobody wants to see it anyway, but some dude in the window getting naked. I mean, people would be like, who gets undressed in front of the window? And please put that back on. Anyway, I'm in a mood tonight, Rob.
I know, I can tell.
Okay, who do you want to talk about?
1995 film called Seven.
I love that movie.
I know, it's one of them films that I can watch over and over again. And
oh, me too. And I always hope for a different ending.
I think that it's really, really clever how they use the seven deadly sins.
I did, yeah.
And who's the guy who plays the killer? Whose name I can never remember, that sleazebag in real life. What's his name?
I'll look it up. Keep talking about the movie. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think they did well putting Brad Pitt, and I don't think Brad Pitt's a brilliant actor, but
no, but he did a good job.
He did a good job in that. And we talked about Morgan Freeman the other week.
Yeah.
But he is a good actor.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, well, no wonder he's creepy.
Exactly. Who'd have thought it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of Morgan Freeman. Gwyneth Paltrow had just a tiny bit part, really not very much. But Brad Pitt did a great job. That was a scary movie. I liked it.
Yeah. And I like the fact that they brought in the books like they had to look through the books like Divine Comedy and Canterbury Tales and Dante's Inferno and stuff like that. I thought that was really clever as well.
Yeah. Did you see the end coming?
No.
Me either.
I didn't see. I didn't see that coming at all.
I love a good twist.
Yeah.
That was a good twist.
Do you know what I think would have been good?
Huh.
If they'd have made a sequel.
Oh, I think so too. I think they should have. So, for people who haven't seen the movie Seven, what is the movie about?
Well, basically, Morgan Freeman is a police detective who is due to retire, and Brad Pitt is a detective. He's been a detective for a few years, but he's just asked to be sent to this new precinct, which is I don't actually know where it's set, to be honest.
I don't either.
Pardon?
I don't either. I feel like it was New York, though.
Well, it's somewhere like New York, and there's a bit in the film where Morgan Freeman says to Brad Pitt, you actually fought to get posted here, and he can't understand why anyone would do that. Because he said, Morgan Freeman says to Brad Pitt that most people do it the other way around. They try to get out of the precinct.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, Brad Pitt is married to Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's pregnant, but Brad Pitt doesn't know. And there's a killer going around, and he is killing people to do with the seven deadly sins, which are pride, lust, anger, gluttony, envy, sloth, and coveting. Coveting your neighbour's wife or coveting their car, or basically you want something that's not yours.
Right.
I think it's really clever how he hides the clues, and like that. Do you remember he hides the gluttony behind the refrigerator?
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really. I've got a really just got a really strong whiff of pipe tobacco.
Really?
Yeah, and obviously I don't smoke, and
Maybe you
I'll
have
just,
a visitor, Rob.
it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and at the end of, I mean, should we say what the end is? Most people will have seen it
It's been
now.
out for a minute, so it's been out since 1995. If you don't know what the end of 7 is yet, well,
Well, basically,
well, yeah, go ahead.
he hands himself in, and he says that he will. There's, he says there's a couple more bodies, and he wants to take them to them, but he'll only take them if the two detectives will go with him. And basically, gets a box delivered, and Morgan Freeman opens a box, and it's got
Mm-hmm.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head in it,
Mm-hmm.
and he um he was what's the guy called again? That was the criminal. I can't think
Oh,
of
they
it.
even. Well, oh, I don't.
I can never keep his name in my head.
Oh,
Anyway,
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, what he claims to be envy because he was envious
Mm.
of Brad Pitt's family and his wife, and he wanted to be basically in a normal family, and he wanted um, Brad Pitt to be anger, and
Yeah,
Brad
that
Pitt.
part doesn't make sense though, because Brad Pitt had just got there and the murders were started. So did
Yeah,
he?
but he
You
want.
know.
Yeah, but he wanted the reason that well, the reason that he took it, cut her head off. There was one deadly sin left, and he wanted Brad Pitt to be anger
Hmm.
and kill him, and that's why
Right.
Morgan Freeman was trying to make him stop, saying
Right.
that he's won.
Right.
Um, but Brad Pitt shoots him about
Yeah,
50
I
times.
loved that part. I would have been really mad if Morgan Freeman had talked Brad down and they were like, "Yeah, let's just let the justice take care of it." Blah blah. I love that he did actually kill him. I mean, that would if that would. I mean, who's gonna know? There's the three of you guys out in the middle of the desert. He, do it. That was a good movie. What was Gwyneth Paltrow's name in that movie? Do you know?
Oh, no.
Tracy.
Ah, yeah, she was, yeah.
I think her and Brad were dating at that time too. Not that that matters, but
She's supposed to be a bit of hard work, isn't she, though, I believe, in real
yeah.
life. She just
Kevin
got married, didn't
Spacey. Yeah, she did yesterday or the day before. Kevin Spacey, it's as we've all heard, is yuck.
What's happening to him, by the way? Is he in prison?
No, we haven't put anybody in prison for that. So I don't get me don't you don't want to get
No.
me started. No, he's who knows? He's in hiding where he should be until whatever. They'll do an investigation, and if there's charges, we don't know yet. But I don't know if he's had charges pressed against him yet or not. I don't care. I don't care if Brad Pitt takes care of Kevin Spacey. Anyway, moving along.
Right. Your turn.
My turn. Okay, so I want to throw this one in the middle of it. I'm gonna I'm going to turn this a little bit, and I'm going to throw in one that you didn't see coming, Rob. You ready?
Okay. Go for it.
Bruce
Pardon?
the Shark.
What?
Bruce the Shark.
Bruce the Shark?
Bruce the Shark. Anybody know? Anybody in chat know who that is?
Jaws?
Yes.
Why are you calling it Bruce the Shark?
That's his name. His name is Bruce the Shark.
Is it? Okay.
And my husband wants to know, how's your snake?
He's fine, thank you. He's behaving tonight. It's all stretched out.
Stop it! Stop. Sorry. I was fighting with my snake.
You make me sound like I'm from Victorian times, like a chimney sweep or something.
You're right.
Someone fucking Mary Poppins or something.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. Fighting with mistake. Okay, let's talk about Bruce, shall we?
I've never heard it called that before.
Yeah, they named it after Steven Spielberg's lawyer, who was named Bruce Raymer. So there you go. Okay, so here we go. There was 3. I'm just gonna do some interesting facts about the movie because Bruce doesn't really have a backstory. He might have been a sad boy. As we found out later, his mother was very protective. 3 full-size, pneumatically powered prop sharks. By the way, I've seen the little tiny village at Universal Studios where Murder, She Wrote was filmed and is a replica of where they filmed Jaws, and Jaws comes out and scares you. Spoiler alert. They had 3 full-size sharks, and like I said, they called him Bruce. And they had a sea sledge shark, a full body prop with its belly missing that was towed with a 300-foot line, 2 platform sharks, and one that moved from left to right, with its hidden left side exposing an array of like hoses and things like that. The sharks were designed by an art director, and on the way to deliver the sharks, the one that was designed to turn left and right, he rolled off the truck on its way to Massachusetts, and that was the beginning of their problems. I guess that movie was like just inundated with problems. Steven Spielberg thought it would be the last movie anybody ever had him direct again. He insisted on filming in the ocean rather than in a tank on a studio lot. And because of that, they ran into a lot of problems because it's the ocean. And there were storms and waves and whatnot. In the role of Hooper, which is played by Richard Dreyfuss, Spielberg wanted Jon Voight to play it, or Jeff Bridges. They all turned it down. Richard Dreyfuss was offered it, but he turned it down too. And Spielberg had directed Richard Dreyfuss in American Graffiti. But then he had a movie come out and it tanked real bad. So he decided to go ahead and take Jaws, which was perfect. That story they tell, the old fisherman guy, when they're in the boat looking for Jaws, Bruce. The story they tell about the ship sinking and hearing the men screaming at night and how many people were killed, that's a true story.
Yeah.
It's a true frightening story. Like 3,000 men went down, and what was it, like 700 or something lived. It was a shark infestation.
Yeah, there's a film just come out, well, not so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, the US, what was it called? The US. Because no one knew they were there, did they? Because they were.
Yeah, no one knew they were there.
Because we're
So,
doing it in secret.
yeah, yeah. So,
Indianapolis.
that's right. That's right. So they were, dog paddling, and they would see their friend next to them as much as you could see. If you've ever been out in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night, it's scary as hell. Anybody taking a cruise, if you guys go to the very, very front of the boat, above where the captain is and everything, it's pitch black. And we went up there. I literally pasted myself against the side of the boat because you can't tell where anything ends. It's just pitch black. You can't tell the difference between the ocean and the sky because the stars reflect from the ocean. So it looks like the whole thing is a vast pitch black sky. And it's just black as far as you can see. That was one of my most frightening experiences I've ever had. My husband thought it was going to be romantic. I was like pushed up against the wall and sliding against it, like, get me out of here. I need to go. And so they were out there like that, where you can't see what's happening. And then you'd hear, they said, and even in the movie, they talk about it, hearing the screams, that you'll never get the screams out of your nightmares with these people being eaten by sharks. The survivors would take the torsos of the dead bodies and float on them to help them survive.
Mm.
And the survivors talk about feeling the sharks rub up against their legs or bump up against their legs. And whew, that is a horror film. So they put that in there because it was a true story. And they took some footage of real sharks in Australia. And when they were doing that, they were off the coast of South Australia, Southern Australia, and they had an actor in a cage filming these sharks, and a great white attacked the boat and the cage, and they got it on film. And Spielberg didn't have anything in the movie because the movie was based on a book. They bought the rights to the book before the book was even published so they could do this movie. They didn't have any part in the movie that had anything to do with a shark attacking a cage, so they wrote it in. So when you see, when they do that part where they go down to look at in that boat and the shark comes and attacks the cage, that is real footage. It is a real shark. And, they have, I think it's Richard Dreyfuss's character, isn't it, who swims out of there?
Yeah.
And so they wrote it just so they could put that footage in because they found it so terrifying. They thought that's got to be in the movie. And they joked that the shark in Australia rewrote the script of Jaws and saved Richard Dreyfuss's career. So this movie was also selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the United States National Film Registry because it was deemed culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. Do you want to know what's Bruce's kill count? What do you think Bruce's kill count is?
Gosh, I wouldn't have a clue. Wouldn't even be able to guess that.
30. Bruce's kill count is 30.
That's not bad, I suppose.
Not that bad. Not that bad. Just a snack. So I threw you for a loop on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mad Meerkat put there was USS Indianapolis in there too. So that movie struck the fear of God in everybody. Can I tell you a story about me getting bit by a shark once?
Go on then.
So I was 15 years old, and we went to Florida. My cousins were in the Marines, and we stayed down on a Marine base. Which, by the way, they have speed signs that say 15 means 15. And to this day, I say that just because it was so like, I mean it, goddammit. 15 miles per hour means 15. So we went to the beach one day with my cousins. Obviously, they were adult men, like, I don't know what, like in their early 20s, I think. So we go to the beach. I am being shown how to body surf. And I'm out there floating around, and I feel a boop on my leg. Like a something just boop. And I thought, oh, that's probably not good. And then I felt it bite me. And I was wearing a bikini when I got into the ocean. When I got out, I was not. I got out a little fast. And by the way, my husband's phone is ringing, if that's what you can hear in the background. And it was just a little tiny sand shark. No big deal, but in my head, it was Jaws. There was a full Jaws attack on me. I screamed, "Shark!" Everybody freaked out. It was really, really, and then everybody was getting out and everybody was staring at me, and then I was naked. So that's awesome for a 15-year-old. So there's my Jaws story of me bitten by a shark.
Did you survive?
No, I didn't. My first clue should have been done it. Hold your bathing suits, girls. Okay, it is your turn. Have you ever had a shark experience, Rob?
No, I haven't. Not that I can remember.
You haven't lived.
I'll stay not living, thanks.
Can I tell you another shark story?
Hey, go on.
We were in Hawaii, and we were on Waikiki Beach, and they have this wall built. So when it's low tide, anything that didn't get out stays. And there was a baby great white shark. And it was low tide, and I mean low tide. So, and I was sitting in the water, and there was a baby great white shark. He was, I don't know, like maybe 2 feet long. And my best friend, she had refused to get into the ocean because she was afraid that there'd be sharks in there, and there had been a shark attack not too long before we went. And so she was afraid to get in there, and I was like, oh my God, it's a great white shark. Come look at it. That thing was more afraid of us than we could have ever been of him. When we would take a step towards him, he would swim backwards. And it was super cute. But when high tide came, I was afraid his mom would come looking for him.
Yeah.
So we went to Pearl Harbor instead. There you go. 2 shark stories. Boom.
We don't really have sharks around the UK.
Too cold?
Yeah, we have sort of whale sharks or basking sharks, what I call them. But we started getting a few because of the water, the sea's getting a bit warmer. But I don't think we're getting great whites. Maybe just a little blue sharks. Or, I'm not sure, to be honest. They think that we're going to, in the future, we will. But at the moment, we're not.
Interesting. Well, that's good.
Depends where you are.
Do people surf?
Oh yeah, down here, big time.
Yeah, because tell people where you live. He's lucky.
Cornwall.
Mm-hmm. And what's it
Yeah,
surrounded by?
beautiful. The best coastline and seas that we've got in this country, or in the UK.
Beautiful. So Maya just asked him if it was surrounded by a wall of corn. Ah, but bum.
Oh dear me.
Who's your Duchess?
Who's Camilla?
I loathe her.
She's got a face like a melted welly.
Okay, Rob. Tell us
Right.
about your movie killer.
I'm going to divide opinion here. I think I am anyway.
Uh-oh.
I think this is one of the best set of films, except for the newer ones. They are the first one came out in 1987 and directed by Clive Barker, who's brilliant, and it's Hellraiser. Now, when I was doing some research, a lot of people were saying online that the Hellraiser films were basically a load of rubbish, but um, I think they're classics, to be honest. And have you seen any of them?
I have seen part of Hellraiser a very long time ago, but I really don't remember much about it.
Well, basically, it's the a little box, little metal box with all patterns on it, and if you, it's a puzzle box,
Mm-hmm.
and if you play with the puzzle box, and if you manage to open it, you basically open a doorway to hell. And there's
Oh.
these things called the Cenobites, and there's one of them with the pins in his head, pinhead, who basically come and rip you apart,
Oh.
rip your flesh to pieces. And in the first one, they go and live back. They move back to their childhood home. The woman is played by Claire Higgins. She's called Julie, and the guy who opened the box was called Frank. And Julie and Frank had had an affair years before. Anyway, they found this mattress in the bedroom, and it's all stained with blood. And basically, they bring him back to life on this mattress. If they gave him blood onto the mattress, he started to come back to life. And the way, consider it's 1987, the way it's filmed, the way these bodies start to form from basically the skeleton and all the muscle then forming and all the sinews, and it's unbelievable, really, considering it's 1987. It wouldn't look
Huh.
out of place today.
Really?
And there's about four. I think he directed three films, and then they start to get a bit iffy. And there was a film come out a couple of years ago, and it was a different guy playing Pinhead, and it just wasn't very good. That they murdered it. The film was just rubbish.
I think I saw a picture of that, and it wasn't even more like beefed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a younger guy as well who's playing him.
Mm.
But it divides opinion. Hellraiser. Some people think it's good. Some people think it's a load of crap. But I think it's good.
Okay. Did you think it was scary?
I didn't think it was scary. I thought that it was more of a gory film. But I like
Uh,
the in the second film, they actually go into hell. And I think the depiction of hell was really, really clever. And it was very thought-provoking, I thought, that maybe hell, this is what hell could actually look like. And he must have some kind of twisted thought process, Clive Barker, because a lot of this was his ideas. He didn't only direct the film. A lot of the stuff you see is actually from his head.
Really?
It's really, really clever.
So
really,
what
really
did hell look like?
It was all like a maze of dark corridors, and at the center of it, there was like a huge upside down pyramid spinning round, and there was all these different rooms, and basically, whatever you'd done wrong in life, you were basically there doing it for eternity.
I should try watching that.
Yeah, the second one, it's probably got more of a story. Try and get the second one. I think you would really enjoy the second one. It's got a doctor in it who ends up being turned into one of these Cenobites, and it's quite funny as well in places. So
Really?
I think you would really, really like it.
So how many people did he kill?
Well, I haven't done the kill count like you, but obviously hundreds over the years. And it goes back to the First World War. That's where he starts.
Wow.
But I never thought of doing a kill count like you did. I'm not as good as you.
That must be it.
I would really try and watch it, Tracy. I would really try.
Yeah, it sounds like it is gory though.
Parts of it are not overly.
Okay.
It's not like Saw or anything like that, where it's just basic. That's basically all it is.
Right.
No, it's not like.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah, I mean, I would be interested in if anyone in the chat has watched any and their opinion of it, whether they thought it was because sometimes they call it, is it red tomatoes or whatever when the films are rubbish.
Oh, what is it called? Help me, Maya. What's it called? The ratings. Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
Rotten Tomato, that's it. Rotten Tomatoes, sorry, and yeah, it's got like an award, but I can't understand why. But anyway, that's just
So,
me.
what do you guys in chat think? Did you guys like Hellraiser? Do you think it's a good movie? By the way, if you haven't already, would you guys please click that thumbs up? It helps my videos. So I'll let them tell us if they like Hellraiser. And we should be getting a call pretty soon from Jory and Brian from Diabolical Witness, because they are on a live ghost hunt at the Casa Grande Domes. And my husband's phone's going off again. Who do we know that doesn't know that I'm in the middle of a podcast right now? That's what I want to know. They're no longer friends with us. Anybody want to talk about Hellraiser in the chat? Let me know what you think. Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready. Steady. Go.
I'm going to talk about Jason Voorhees.
Is that from Friday the 13th?
I think it's from Friday the 13th, yeah. That scares the shit out of me. You know what else scares me?
So we know.
Godzilla's scream.
What?
Godzilla's roar scares the shit out of me. And Jay Tonry's in our chat, and he told me yesterday how they made it, the violin, and anyway, that noise. Ugh, ugh. It literally makes my body hurt. Same thing with seeing a mask. You know, have you ever been so afraid instantly that your body, you can feel a jolt, an electrical jolt through your body? Have you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah.
Well, yes, you probably have. Um, sorry. Yes, you probably have. But mine are over ridiculous things. And masks and the noise from Godzilla and the mechanical noise, like when the Transformers transform, that mechanical noise. Scares it to my bones. Scares me. I have no idea why. All right, let's talk about Jason. Nobody in chat wants to talk to me about Pinhead.
Oh.
Hellraiser. Hey Maya, can you text your brother and ask when they're gonna call? Okay, let's talk about Jason. Jason made his first cinematic appearance in the original Friday the 13th on May 9th, 1980. In this film, Jason is portrayed in the memories of his mother, Mrs. Voorhees. And I didn't know that. This is so stupid. It's so embarrassing. Like a year ago, I think we watched Friday the 13th. And I didn't realize that the first movie, he wasn't even in it. It was his mother that's the killer. And anyway, he's seen as a hallucination of the protagonist. Though the character makes no contemporary appearance on screen, he propels the film's plot. Mrs. Voorhees, who was the camp the cook at Camp Crystal Lake, seeks revenge for his death, which she blames on the camp counselors. Jason's second appearance was in the sequel, Friday the 13th Part 2, and he was revealed to be alive, and an adult Jason exacts revenge on Alice for decapitating his mother in the original film. Jason then returns to Crystal Lake, and he's living there as a hermit and guarding it from all intruders. 5 years later, a group of teenagers arrived to set up a new camp. That was Friday the 13th Part 3, which was a 3D movie, and for some reason, someone who was never allowed to see movies got to see Friday the 13th Part 3. And 3D really sucked back then. So he murdered them, and he was used to wear a sack over his head to hide his face. And I didn't even know this either, somehow. And so Jason escapes to a nearby lake resort, which is called Higgins Haven, to rest from his wounds from Friday the 13th Part, whatever, 3. And at the same time, Chris Higgins returns to the family property with some friends. If people would just stop camping, maybe this stuff wouldn't happen. So, Jason goes on a killing spree. He's been hiding in the barn and barely living. And one of the kids was wearing a hockey mask. Jason takes it from him, puts it on his face to hide his face, and then he goes and kills everybody else. That's how Jason gets his hockey mask. Not until 1982. Oh, that's Friday the 13th Part 3. Yeah, in 3D. Did you know that?
No, I haven't watched any of them, to be honest.
No.
I think I started to watch one once. They've made so many, haven't they?
Yes.
And I
Oh my
think,
God. And then there's Jason versus Freddy, and
yeah, and
Maya says that's the best one. Who
is
wins,
it?
Jason or Freddy? I mean, Freddy's a friggin' demon. How can he not win? What? No one won? Everybody lost. They just walked away. They were like, it's a tie.
I'm not really into the slasher type films. I mean, so never really did anything for me, really. I'd prefer a sort of ghost type, demonic sort of scary film
Me
than
too.
just. It's just once you've seen a film with blood and guts, then they're all pretty much the same, aren't they?
Yes.
That's the problem for me.
But as we know, Jason scares the hell out of me because he's got a
Ah,
mask. All you gotta do, I swear to God, just you could have nothing but a guy in a mask for 90 minutes and it would be the worst movie, scariest movie I ever saw. I'm giving some weirdo out there an idea right now to scare me. I've got to stop talking about where I live and stuff. I'm going to be undressing in front of my window, as we always do, and he's going to be out there with a mask. You know it. So, do you want to know what Jason's kill count was? Because Jason wins.
500.
No, not that many. Not that many. 158. 13.2 per film. That's a lot.
Crazy.
That's when you know it's a slasher film.
Yeah, and that's some going really, considering there's about 19 films.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, didn't Rob Zombie do it? What? What, Maya? Yeah, Rob Zombie did 2 Jason movies. Hmm. Halloween. Wait, there's a movie where Jason is in a spaceship?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen
Oh,
it. I have seen that one.
oh, come on, you guys, come on.
That was quite good, actually.
Was it? Why can't Jason have a sister who's crazy? Huh? Huh?
You know, I'm
Women
sorry.
women have rage issues sometimes. Yeah, that's that movie to me. I always here's what I always kind of confuse Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers up in my brain
Yeah,
because
I
in
do
my
as well.
brain a mask is a mask is a mask. Just go away. So I always kind of get them a little bit confused. And there's so many of them that. Am I boring you, Rob?
No, sorry, Tracy. I'm just a bit tired.
Stop it!
So,
Stop it! All right. What's wrong with Miss Snake? Sorry, Rob. You don't deserve me. You deserve better.
yeah, just talking to Grace. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were answering me. Liar.
You know, please. I'm nearly finished now. Okay.
Good night, Grace.
Um. Yeah, I get them mixed up as well.
You know, they kind of
I
blur
get 'em mixed.
together. Has there any movie that has Jason and Michael together, Maya? Oh. They should do that.
The two alike, aren't they?
What they could call it Face Off? What did he say? Yeah, they would face off. They could just roll around and try and take each other's mask off. Okay. Nobody in chat is chatting anymore. They're just... Am I right with this, Maya? Okay. They're tired of this. Did you hear from Jory? Should we call him? Yeah. Maybe check and see if he's alive. You know?
Prophet of Doom.
It is haunted out there. They might be hearing this, Rob. If you hear that, Jory, run. All you got to do is take someone slower than you. That's the rule. Just take someone slower than you. Okay, Rob. What are you going to tell us about now?
Right. Now, what I'm going to talk about now is...
Oh, sorry, that's my chair. Sorry.
Is the Silence of the Lambs Hannibal films.
Okay.
Now, there are... Well, I'll start from the beginning. Thomas Harris wrote the first book called Manhunter, and it was made into a film, which Silence of the Lambs was loosely based on. The film starred Brian Cox as the Hannibal character, and it was one of these independent films. And we went to this little student type cinemas in Manchester and watched it, and it was very good. And that's what Silence of the Lambs was based on, Manhunter. But what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about them in the order that they should have been. If you're going to watch them, you should watch them in this order. The first one is Hannibal Rising, about him being a young kid and growing up. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't.
And then the second film is Red Dragon. Have you seen that one?
Yes, I've seen that one.
Did you think that was good? Are you still there?
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm being put on mute for some reason. I'm wrestling with my Skype. Stop it! Stop it! Yeah, I thought that one was good. Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Silence of the Lambs with Jodie Foster. And then there is Hannibal, which was directed by Ridley Scott.
Oh, really?
And yeah, Julianne Moore plays Agent Clarice Starling, and I think Julianne Moore should have played Starling in the Silence of the Lambs film, because I think she was better than Jodie Foster, and I'm not a massive Jodie Foster fan.
Oh, really?
I think Julianne Moore was better. And I thought it was really, really clever the way they did the Hannibal film.
Yeah, that was really good.
They were talking about them making another one.
Really?
Yeah. They just they want Ridley Scott to direct it, but he hasn't decided whether he's going to do it yet. Because he gets away, doesn't he?
That's what I was gonna say. They should do it after he gets away.
Yeah, because he cut his hand off, didn't he? Do you remember?
Yes.
Because he couldn't guarantee he didn't know which hand he was going to cut off, hers or his.
Yes.
He cut his off. And then the last scene of the thing is he's on a plane, isn't he, with that little Chinese boy or Asian boy.
Yeah.
And he's eating what looks like brains.
Yeah.
And his little one, and the little boy has some.
Yeah.
So they're thinking about making a new one.
They should.
Yeah. I can watch them. I can watch that Hannibal over and over again. Hannibal Rising, I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought it was a bit pointless. It didn't really make much sense.
I don't think I saw it.
No, it's to do
Is
with
that the TV show or something?
No, they did they did do a TV show, which I didn't. I couldn't watch it. It wasn't very good. I didn't think it was very good. The guy that was playing him was just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Hannibal Rising. It's sort of starts around the end of the Second World War, and he's a young kid, and he ends up living with this Asian lady. I don't know if she's Chinese or Japanese, and it's very weird the relationship they've got between each other, and she sort of teaches him how to look after himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up going and being a doctor. But, obviously, you know the rest of the story. What made me laugh with Hannibal, if you remember, when he wrote her that letter,
Mm-hmm.
he signs it with his name, and then at the end he puts MD.
Yeah. Yeah. What I like about that movie is it's scary. About Silence of the Lambs. First off, it's scary. I like that it's psychologically scary. I like that as evil as Hannibal is, he has a redeeming quality. A little bit in there where he actually cares about Clarice.
Yeah.
And he shows it by, somehow murdering the guy next to him, right?
Yeah.
And because of what he did to Clarice. And I'm not going to get into because I'm sure everybody's seen it and we don't need to talk about it. But I thought that was, they showed a little bit of humanity in him. And when you do that and your heart kind of like, I like movies like the ocean movies, Ocean 13, those kind of things. Or what's the movie, Maya, with where they rob the bank, they get all that gold, and Edward Norton's in it, and he ends up stealing it from all of his guys. Charlize Theron's in it. Okay, she's gonna look it up. I like movies where you root for the quote unquote bad guys. There's a movie where they're robbing a bank and they rented the building next to it and they dig through the wall. Why can't I think of a movie's name to save my life? The movie with Denzel Washington, where what, Maya? Not The Score. No, it's got Charlize Theron, Edward Norton. It has Kiefer Sutherland's dad, Donald Sutherland. Anyway, I like the movies where you can kind of root for the quote unquote bad guy. And I kind of found myself kind of rooting for Hannibal. Yeah, the Italian Job. Yeah. I love that. That's a movie I could watch 100 times. I have probably. So I like it that they kind of give us a little glimpse so that and when he's talking to her about the lambs,
Yeah.
you know that he's prying for an in. He is still Hannibal. He's trying to get an in into her psyche, how to push her buttons. But at the same time, he cares about her, and it's upsetting to him why the lambs are crying.
Yeah.
The silence. And so I really love that character. I really love that Anthony Hopkins played that character. I can't imagine anybody playing it better than Anthony Hopkins.
They tried to offer it to Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson, sorry.
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus he only plays golf. Be a whole different movie. He jailed 4 before he killed you. anyway, okay. See, I don't think I love Jack Nicholson. I love him, but I feel like that they cast it the right way. I think
It's a funny. I mean, he was good in The Shining, weren't he?
Yeah. Oh gosh, he's a good actor.
I think he's not everybody's cup of tea, is he?
Have you seen him in Werewolf or Wolf? What's it called, man? Wolf?
Yeah, Wolfman or something.
Well, it's got a. Oh my God! Don't ask me to name people today for some reason. Oh, I can't think of her name.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah. That's one of my favorite movies. I could watch that 100 times. Michelle Pfeiffer is so beautiful. I love that. He's a good actor. You think some people don't like him?
I just think he's not everybody's cup of tea.
I don't think I've ever seen him in a movie that I didn't think he was amazing in. Can't think of one.
What's that one? That army one. He's in with. Is it Tom Cruise? Not Tom Cruise. Not Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah. It's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And he's a Marine.
Marine. He's a lawyer, isn't he?
I stand 30 feet from what is it, Maya?
Yeah.
What does he say? I stand 30 feet from people trained to shoot to kill me. And yeah, it's got Demi Moore in it. Come on, Maya. We know this movie. Where is Maya? Yes, you do, but you can't handle the truth.
A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men, yeah. Yeah. Maya, didn't you just say you just watched that, or maybe it was Madison? You've never seen that movie? It's so good. That was a good movie. He scares me too. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Let's talk
Have we not
about...
been able to get hold of?
Yes, they're calling in probably, 5 minutes now, Maya? Okay, then let's get them on in. Brian said that he was afraid to be out in the desert because apparently his biggest fear is scorpions, which frankly is understandable. So he's taken a black light, and we told him how to handle scorpions. There aren't really many scorpions in Casa Grande, though. When we lived in a different part of Arizona, Chandler, Arizona, we had scorpions on the daily.
Hello?
Hello!
Hello.
Are you alive?
I am alive, which is more than I can say for our dark, ghostly friends out here in the domes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's still early, though.
Yeah, we're about 35 minutes into the investigation.
Yeah? Have you heard or seen anything?
It's already proven fruitful. I'm actually holding a thermal imaging camera in one of the domes, and I just had something pretty cool appear in front of it for a split second.
You're kidding.
We had the spirit box on. The spirit box was communicating to us. Diabolical Witness was doing an EVP session. When he played back one of the EVPs, we were trying to listen to it, and it killed his battery. He's already killed 2 batteries out here in 30 minutes. So.
And you were talking to me earlier about how he went and charged everything.
Yeah, he literally, after our pre-setup, he went back to his hotel, charged every piece of equipment that he had, and we've already lost 2 batteries.
Holy cow. That's fun.
Yeah. So only being about 30 plus minutes into this, outside of being eaten by mosquitoes, it's pretty exciting.
Brian's gonna give me a video to put up on my channel with the stuff that you guys are catching too. So you guys look for that. It'll go up and it'll be one of the 31 days of Halloween.
Very exciting.
Is Nick out there with you?
I have Nick, and with me right now is also my friend Kenny. He tagged along.
Oh, good.
So
several of you.
Of us. It's the 4 of us taking on the underworld.
I love it. Does Brian want to pop on and say hi too?
I am not next to him. Give me one moment.
That's okay.
Here, you want to run thermal? I have a chair set up if you need to sit down too.
And is it creepy and dark?
Oh, it's definitely creepy and dark. It already has weird vibes. I want to see if I can get this to come across the podcast for you, just how creepy these domes are.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh, wow.
Can you hear that echo?
Yeah.
All right. I got Brian right over here. We're on the live podcast, Brian.
Hello.
Hello. You sound like you are in a deep, deep tunnel.
Whoa.
What was that?
It sounded like something was tearing through the wall just now.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No.
So I hear that this has been good so far.
Well, we haven't done a lot of the bigger tools like the ghost box yet, but we did a thermal sweep. It's pretty cool. I think we saw that shadow.
Oh, I didn't tell her about
Really?
that, but I did tell her right before she called me, there was something that appeared on a thermal in that dome over there. It was for a split second, but it was big enough to be noticed. And then I was like, oh crap. And then my phone went off. I couldn't even celebrate it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But me and Brian also experienced some shadow play with his flashlight too.
Really?
Yeah.
Maya, you need people to be able to hear you. Oh. So Maya's telling Jory that if he live streams, they can hook it up to the stream.
Live stream through Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh,
Push the camera button on Skype. Hey, you guys, we're in a live ghost hunt right now. This is fun.
I just pushed the camera button. It's not showing me anything on my end, though. Oh, here we go.
I won't be able to see it until the stream goes up on YouTube.
There's the camera right there.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
I'm replacing our third set of batteries. We just had battery drain, brand new batteries, fully charged.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I hope you brought enough batteries.
Maya, are you and Jeremy seeing this or no? Okay.
I'm seeing it as well.
Oh, okay.
You are, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, I should push.
Well,
I should
I will
push
try
live on the
and give you
podcast.
guys a visual of what Brian, myself, and the others are seeing right now.
This is exciting.
This is the graffiti. We're in what I was calling the fire dome in the podcast right now.
Right? Oh, I see it.
SLS.
Oh, here's some, I don't know if you can see it, but here's the infrared.
That's pitch black.
Yeah, it's pitch black in here.
Wow.
I'll just give you an idea. So here's the light. Yeah, that's how dark it is in here.
Wow.
Infra. That's
That
what we
is pitch black.
Yeah. And then, I'll just give you another view of that camera right there. And then
Nice.
I'll take you guys to show you the Kinect camera and the infrared,
All right.
or the thermal, I'm sorry.
So you guys are going to be doing the spirit box later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I told them about the EVP that we were listening to before that battery got killed.
That's crazy.
All right, we're going to try and play it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
He's getting it set up. Actually, I should just move the camera there. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
What was that?
Oh,
Did you hear that?
yeah.
Break or break?
It sounds like rake or break.
Yeah.
Break?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah,
Someone's probably going to get raked across the face.
right? Let's hope
Wow.
so. We got candles set up over here. I'll give you an image of the thermal camera we're using.
Okay.
And then we'll go over here. Oh, I think you got, oh, there it is. Here's the SLS camera, the Kinect. This maps out
I
figures.
love that. Oh, that's what we were talking about, Jory.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh. Is that Nick?
This is Nick.
Hi, Nick. I miss you.
I miss you too. We're just out here trying to provoke those.
Okay, good luck with that.
We got some candles for ambiance.
Nice.
And this is the dome that we see a lot of shadow figures in. And this was the area where Jack Osborne caught his cold figure on his thermal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll show you the fresh graffiti that Brian walked into today.
Yeah.
And it's dedicated to the podcast as well.
That's awesome.
Well, you're going to see it right here. They wanted you to offer at me on the podcast.
Hoffa at me, the podcast.
Wow.
And this was all, try and get a better light for you. This is what Brian walked into them creating today.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, I would show you the other log. I'll go over here. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but this dome over here is mostly collapsed, so I'm not going to get too deep.
Yeah.
For an Arizona night, it's actually pretty nice.
Is it?
All right, so I'm in the dome. I don't think you're going to be able to see much, but it is mostly collapsed now. And I don't think we'll do a lot over here.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, you can see the stress marks in it, but
Wow.
Like here's this big gaping hole here.
Right.
I don't want to get too deep. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
hunt this place.
Exactly. We'll have to go out there to visit you.
And then I will take a shortcut here and try and show you guys the UFO dome.
Yeah.
I was getting some pretty weird vibes from it though. So, oh shit. Excuse my language.
Okay.
I felt like something was walking up on me. How's the podcast going? I tried to listen to it a little bit earlier. I think Rob was talking about 7.
Yes.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie. Podcast is going well.
Good. Hello to all the listeners, by the way. Hope you guys are having a good night. Oh, there's a car coming. Turn the light off. Okay, car's gone.
Yeah. Arrested for trespassing live.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get this set up for you here so you can see the shape of the dome. Like you can see from that angle, it's got a saucer shape to it.
Right. I love this.
Saucer shape.
Nice.
And then
wow.
Brian might have stumbled across some kind of ritualistic happenings in here because...
Oh, boy.
Let me see if I can... Here we go.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa. And a child's picture? No.
Yep.
Oh, that's not okay.
Yeah, that's what we both said.
Take that with you. Put it somewhere else when you go. Like outside the property. Oh, yeah.
Screw that.
Wow.
Oh, you can see that starting to come.
Yeah.
So that's the 4 domes that we're investigating tonight.
All right. Have a good time.
Oh, we will.
Be safe, please.
That's my middle name.
No, it's Prescott.
Well, press save, Scott.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't name you Jory. Be safe. Dang it. I wish I had.
Here, listen to this. This is going to be cool. Watch.
Okay.
It's so awesome.
Do it again.
Okay. Sorry, I'm stepping on glass, so that's the word noises you're going to be hearing.
Hey, Jory, can you do this?
What?
Yeah. Yes. Are you scared now, Rob?
Yeah, I'm petrified.
That is so cool.
Yep. So stay tuned. We're still gathering evidence. Hopefully we'll have some good footage for you within the month of October.
Yeah.
So far we've come across some pretty cool stuff. So we'll see what happens.
That's awesome. All right.
You have a new one? Okay. So we got a new EVP.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you what it says. I want you to.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Play it one more time.
Yeah.
What's that sound like?
It's
Maya says it says subscribe to Exit Light.
that freaky or what?
Yeah, I could get it's bump bump bump, but I couldn't decipher the words. And
We need to play. We need to analyze this further. Hear it one more time.
oh man, that's just whispering right into it.
And I was outside, and I just did this. Here's a fresh one.
What was that?
Whoa. Okay. Right, and you saw this with your own eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
With you.
With you.
Whoa.
With you.
And you saw me.
Yeah.
Okay, so here.
Whoa.
And that was live streamed. Everybody saw you.
Yeah.
A
I
sound.
have to do one more. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll try. We might have some noise contamination. Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
Wow,
That
you
was
guys.
cool. We didn't even ask a question.
Wow. You guys are going to have an interesting night.
Yeah, so that's just a little sample of what we're going through right now.
Wow, you guys. Thank you. And thank you for checking in. I cannot wait to see this.
Well, I cannot wait to see it too, and I'm here.
Well, you guys be careful, all right?
Oh, we will.
Okay, give Nick a hug for me.
I will. And you guys have a good night. I hope the listeners had a good time.
Nick, I have to give you a hug.
Yeah, give Brian a hug for me too.
Give Diabolical Witness a hug.
Yeah.
Come here, spirits. Give Diabolical Witness a hug.
No, thanks. All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Yep.
All right. Be safe.
We will. You guys have fun.
All right. Good night.
Take care.
Good night.
Wow. What do you think?
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's fun. I love this. I am loving this 31 Days of Halloween. All right, Rob. It is late where you are, so is it your turn?
I've used all mine up now.
Okay, so I was on Jigsaw, right? And that is my last one.
Right.
Okay, so here we go. Jigsaw. The series narrative is that John is a former civil engineer, and he was dying from an inoperable frontal lobe tumor that had developed from colon cancer. After a failed suicide attempt where he tried to drive his car off the side of a cliff, John found a new appreciation for life, and he decided to dedicate the rest of his life to inspiring the same appreciation in others by testing their will to live. Jigsaw was introduced in the 2004 film Saw through the character Lawrence Gordon's recounting of his first killings. Jigsaw is described as a mysterious person who kidnaps people he believes take their lives for granted and subjects them to tests, usually mechanical devices rigged to maim or kill the subjects if they fail to complete it within a certain time period. Unlike most killers, Jigsaw never intends to kill his subjects. The purpose of these traps is to see if the subject has the will to live, as he hopes their experiences will teach them the value of life. Although he sometimes places his victims in situations where they themselves must kill another in order to follow the terms that he sets. In John's mind, the death of those that fail is justified, because those who fail to do what is necessary to survive don't deserve to live. As his victims increase, the media dubs him the Jigsaw Killer, or simply Jigsaw, because of the jigsaw puzzle-shaped piece of flesh that he removes from his unsuccessful subjects. which he explains in Saw 2 is meant to symbolize that the subject was missing a vital piece of the human puzzle, their survival instinct. His kill count, 81. He kills a lot of people for somebody who doesn't want to kill people.
No.
I'm just saying, that's. I think that was more than Jason. Not Jason, but Freddy Krueger. Yeah, it was more than Freddy Krueger. So that's kind of a compelling. I didn't see. I saw the first Saw movie, and as has been explained by me before, I don't like blood and gore movies. It was psychologically intense. I do like that. I wish they didn't have the gore part, but I do like the choices that they're forced to make. That's interesting, but I like the backstory. It makes me, if I had never seen a Saw movie, that would make me want to watch it.
Yeah.
Because that's an interesting backstory.
I think they got.
Go ahead. No,
go on. I think they got a little bit weird after he actually died, and then that police detective took over. Because he was just killing people for the sake of killing people.
Oh, see, I haven't watched that. I only watched the first one, so I don't know.
Yeah, he one of the detectives takes over from him.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of trains him before he dies, and then he's in charge of the Jigsaw case, but he's Jigsaw now, and the traps that he's making you can't get out of. They're designed. He says that they're designed so someone can survive, but you can't really survive the traps that he makes. It's just impossible. And then
I don't like that.
And they did a new one a couple of years back now, or maybe a year back, called Jigsaw, and it wasn't that good, to be honest. It was hyped up to buggery, but
what'd you say?
I said it was hyped up
to buggery.
To buggery.
Okay. I've never heard that before.
It was overhyped, basically. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I know it's personal opinion, but I didn't like it. I thought it was crap, to be honest.
Right.
But I think the first one's
killing just to kill. I don't like that.
Yeah, the first one was good.
Yeah.
Do you remember the one who's the doctor or the surgeon?
Yes.
He cuts his leg off or cuts his foot off, and he's in some of the later ones.
Oh, really?
He's helping Jigsaw.
He's helping Jigsaw.
Yeah, he's helping him. Yeah.
Was it because he found the value of life?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But they're all pretty much just about blood and gore and guts.
Yeah. I do like to know the psychological background, though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Scary. That's actually scary.
Mm.
I wish they would do a movie like that without the blood and gore. I mean, I don't care if he has to cut his leg off. I mean, you don't have to show all of it and everything. We can get the idea, but without the blood and gore, that's the kind of movie I would like. Psychological, get into your head kind of thing.
Oh.
Well, I think we picked good killers. By the way, you didn't do Eileen Wuornos.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
forgot all about that. I'll just do that quickly now. Hang on,
Yeah,
where's
and
it
I'll
go?
let you go to bed.
I didn't do my intro either.
Oh, you didn't. You're right. Hey, Maya,
Oh.
can you put up the link to my my Teespring store? If you guys, I'm gonna just take a second here. If you guys would like Exit Light merchandise, I have a few things up in the store right now. I have a whole bunch of other stuff designed, but I have to validate my. It doesn't matter, my PayPal account. But so I have a whole bunch more going up too, and when if you become a Patreon member and you're at a certain level, then you'll get a shirt for free. So like Victor's going to be getting a shirt, and you guys will be able to pick through the shirts. And I have, like I said, several more designs coming. So if you do donate through Patreon, if you want to wait and be able to pick out a different shirt, then Patreon reminds me that we haven't fulfilled the shirt order yet. So when you do want to, just let me know. And if you would like to support this channel, please consider doing so through Patreon. And the money is going to go to the merchandise and me be able to send the shirts to people who become Patreon members, and to be able to do some giveaways to give the subscribers an Exit Light shirt. So, all right, Rob, sorry about my commercial.
No, it's fine. I'm just listening. Okay, 2004, the film Monster, played by, you say her name because I can't ever say it right, Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron won the Best Actress Oscar for her stark, despairing act into the true story of Eileen Wuornos. Well, I said her name right, Eileen Wuornos.
Eileen Wuornos.
Yeah, it's spelled weird, Eileen. It's Aileen.
Yeah.
Anyway, a woman who desperately...
It's Eileen Wuornos. Sorry. It's Eileen Wuornos.
Eileen Wuornos.
Yeah.
Basically, she was a prostitute. She ended up being a roadside prostitute. And the actual film, Charlize Theron is absolutely beautiful in real life. And how they made her look like this woman, I do not know. I have no idea. Because Eileen wasn't the most... She wasn't the most attractive woman in the world, so to speak.
Right. No, she was not.
And the funny thing was, from the film, I actually felt a bit sorry for her.
Oh, for Eileen. I feel like at some point we talked about Eileen Wuornos for some reason during a podcast, but I can't think of when that would be. But she had a really, really hard life.
Yeah, it was a serial killer one we did.
Was it that? Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she had a very, very hard life, and she was one of the only, I mean, there's hardly any women serial killers.
Yeah. She had a really, really hard time, and I think to some degree it's understandable, really. Maybe understandable is the wrong word, but you can sort of have some kind of empathy for her, for sort of going down that road.
She became a prostitute, and then she would kill truck drivers, right?
Yeah. She was just damaged, weren't she? From her childhood. She was just...
Yeah, she was.
You know, there should have been some kind of intervention there to sort of help and support her. She was just sort of thrown at... The system just didn't... Just passed her by, didn't it, and threw her out the other end.
Right.
But, she was abused as a child and all sorts, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, I felt when I watched the film, I thought the film was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I did feel a little bit sorry for her.
She is batshit crazy. Have you seen clips of her in real life in court and
Oh yeah, she was. Oh,
documentaries about her? She was batshit crazy. She was also a lesbian, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, she only killed men though.
Is she still alive?
No, she was given the death penalty.
Oh, she was given the death penalty,
Mm-hmm.
and that obviously that's been carried out.
Yes.
Do you think she deserved the death penalty?
I think that okay, so here's the deal, because I'm pro death penalty, as you know. I
Yeah.
think that if we don't take into account that men have been abused and become killers, then we don't take into account that women have either. By the way, Mad Meerkat just bought a shirt. Thank you. Good night. I know it's late where you are. Thank you for coming. Get some sleep. So I think that if you're going to be across the board, you can't be easier on her because she was a woman.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of men who have been abused the same way she was. So
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it.
I think the thing that would annoy me in America is
There's
some
lots.
states have the death penalty. Some
Mm-hmm.
states don't have the death penalty. So
Mm-hmm.
you could have in one state maybe a guy who's been like a paedophile who
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't get the death penalty.
Oh, well, a pedophile wouldn't get a death penalty anyway. It has to be murder.
Is it only you only get the death penalty for murder?
Yeah.
So you don't get it for.
Nope.
I don't agree with that.
It has to be a murder with extenuating circumstances, usually, is the deal. Like the weapon you used, or the way you killed them, or why you killed them. So there's even extenuating circumstances to qualify for the death penalty. But yeah, it's only murder. I mean, I could go on all day about how I think they could add pedophiles, but
I didn't know that.
yeah, no.
Oh, so forget paedophiles for a moment. So you could have a man who's killed a certain amount of women, men, whatever, and in some states he wouldn't get the death penalty, would he?
No.
See that just doesn't register with me. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, each state gets to decide on their own whether they do the death penalty or not. And then in California, they used to do the death penalty, and then they changed it, so they no longer do the death penalty. So everybody who was given the death penalty, their sentence was changed to life without parole. So they'll die in prison. They'll never get out, but they won't be put to death. Which, you know, I
know it's one of those arguments, isn't it, that you're never gonna. It's one of those conversations that could last forever.
it's funny because Maya sent an article about somewhere in Texas. There's what appears to be a serial killer who is killing convicted pedophiles. Is that what it is, Maya? Yeah. And I told her, I was like, well, that's a moral conundrum. right there. Do you, you know, maybe investigate that a little slower.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Halloween. How do we get down this road?
Probably my fault.
Okay, Rob. I think we're
That's
going to wrap it up.
that's all of them, I think.
All right.
Oh,
Well, maybe next time we can talk about if we could put them each in cage matches, who would win.
yeah. Irene Werner.
Yeah, she was. She might scare even Freddie. Okay, so Joanne D says to you, "Hello, Robert."
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to do my spiel right now. If you are listening to this and it's on YouTube and it's on my channel and you are not subscribed and you would like to be, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you like this podcast and you like my content, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to be notified when my blah, 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 content goes live and we have podcasts, go ahead and click that bell. Reminder that we will have a podcast on Wednesday as well. And we're going to talk about serial killers. Not the kind in movies, kind in real life. If you would like to support my channel, please consider doing so through Patreon or buying my merchandise. That would be awesome. And oh my gosh, my phones are going nuts.
You're in demand.
I know. Everybody's calling me like, I want a shirt. Okay, hold on a second. Let me wrap it up. And we are celebrating the 31 days of Halloween. So my channel is having content every single day. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed very much. Rob is is contributing content, which is very kind of Rob. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And I hope you guys really, really enjoy this month because it's been a lot of fun. This is 3 months worth of content in 1 month, and it's for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And is there anything else I need to say? Oh, Rob and I both have groups on Facebook. If Maya wants to put the links to those, one is Exit Light, shocking. One is Paranormal and Supernatural. That is Rob's. And Rob does an excellent job of putting up all kinds of different paranormal and spooky topics, all kinds of stuff. So you guys will really like it. So head on over there. And also, Diabolical Witness has a YouTube channel. I don't think we have the link right with us, but all you gotta do is search for Diabolical Witness, and he does ghost hunts, obviously. And I guess that's it. Is that it, Rob?
That's everything.
Okay, stop it. Stop it. Sorry. I was wrestling with Miss Snake after I was sweeping the chimney.
Oh, well. Maybe I'll live it down one day.
Maybe you guys go ahead and vote. Vote if you want a Rob shirt that says, "Stop it. Stop it." All right. And with that, thank you for coming. And good night. Good night, Rob.
Good night.
Say good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.